Varanasi is a city in the northern Indian state of Uttar Pradesh, dating to the 11th century BC, regarded as the spiritual capital of India. The city draws Hindu pilgrims who bathe in the Ganges River's sacred waters and perform funeral rites. Along the city's winding streets are some 2,000 temples, including Kashi Vishwanath, the Golden Temple, dedicated to the Hindu god Shiva. Varanasi is an important destination among Hindus as they believe those who die in Varanasi attain salvation. Many people like to spend their old age in this holy city and prefer to die here. Varanasi is also a preferred site for immersing ashes of the dead in River Ganga, performing funeral rites and cremation in the pyres are common sights here. Known as the city of temples and the beacon of culture, Varanasi has produced many renowned writers. It's also a center of silk weaving, so practice haggling at the chaotic bazaar for some beautiful souvenirs. Rickshaws are the best way to get about. Varanasi is a multifaceted city with a wealth of things to explore. From archaeology and mythology to geography and history to medical and industrial advancements over time. It boasts a thriving culture, historical accounts of struggles for freedom, fairs and festivals, and a plethora of other intriguing experiences. Now, let me share with you those Varanasi tourist places and things to do for an amazing experiences only in Varanasi. First in the list, Kashi Vishwanath Temple. Many people see it as the foremost temple to visit in Varanasi and consider it the most significant temple in the entire country. This is as old as over 3,500 years, which is an astounding amount of time. It is one of the 12 temples that are Shiva Lingas, that are the physical symbol of Lord Shiva. The spires and domes of the shrine are completely covered in gold. It's demonstrated in the Golden Temple in Amritsar. Many devotees believe that a single glimpse of the Shiva Linga cleanses your soul and puts life on a path of knowledge. Next is the Durga Temple, dedicated to Goddess Durga. This temple is a symbol of feminine divinity. The deity present in this temple is believed to have materialized out of thin air and was not made by any man. Another badge of feminism for this temple is that it was actually commissioned by a woman. The Maharani of Bengal was responsible for its making, and it was according to her wishes that it was constructed in the Nagara style of architecture. But the most interesting fact about this temple is perhaps the fact that it is visited by several monkeys every day. In fact, there are so many monkeys here that it is often called Monkey Temple. So beware of those mischievous apes when visiting here. Dasam Ghat. This particular ghat is believed to be the oldest one in the city. and is hence considered special. If you have seen video footages of people bathing in Ganga and praying with diyas in their hand on the banks of a river, odds are that it was in this ghat you saw. It is often a buzz because of the hordes of people who flock it to wash away their sins and pray. Ascetics, Hindu devotees, and tourists alike all alight on the banks of the Ganga at the Vishvandana Ghat on a daily basis, being such an important landmark and host to the famous Ganga Arty. Manikarnika Ghat. This ghat is again quite significant among Hindus. It is the main cremation ghat in the city. People who have died often get cremated here in the belief that they attain moksha. There is a myth that says Devi Parvati's ear ornament fell at the exact spot at this ghat when Lord Shiva came here with her. Although the atmosphere is rather grim here most days, it is still a very historical place to visit. Also referred as the Burning Ghat, it is certainly an important part of Varanasi, just as death is to life. Ghat. This is a pious ghat situated at a spot where River Ganga and Asi meet. Here, pilgrims pay obeisance to Lord Shiva by worshipping the huge Shiva Lingam below a peepal tree. It has immense religious importance and has been mentioned in the Puranas and various legends as well. Asi Ghat is the heart of Varanasi, and the locals as well as the tourists flock there to enjoy the amazing view of the sunset and sunrise at the Ganges. Many major celebrations including Mahashivaratri, Ganga, Dasharara, Ganga, Mahotsav, etc. draw large crowds to this ghat in Varanasi. Ganga Arty. It is an important ritual held on a grand scale every morning and evening on the banks of the holy Ganges. The priests perform the Arty at the Vishvandana Ghat. The entire ghat gets illuminated with a divine light that can be felt strongly. The magnificent ritual involves huge brass lamps lit with oil, and the priests chant the holy mantras that reverberate in the entire location. As dusk ascends, the ghats of Varanasi come alive with a vibrant Ganga Arty. Priests clad in traditional attire choreograph the ritual with synchronized movements accompanied by the rhythmic ringing of bells and chanting of hymns. The centerpiece is the illuminated brass lamps, gracefully swayed in circular motions, creating intricate patterns against the backdrop of the darkening sky.
You got me open, I keep bleeding, I keep bleeding.
From Nagar Fort, located across the Ganga River from Tulsi Ghat, it was built out of sandstone in AD 1750 on the orders of Raja Balwant Singh, the king of Varanasi at the time. He and his descendants have lived in the fort for centuries now. In 1971, the position of an official king was abolished by the government, but still Pelu Biru Singh is commonly referred to as the Maharaja of Varanasi. Even though it was built by Hindu kings, it is a testament to the diversity of the region that it was built in the Mughal architecture style. It houses Veda Vyasa Temple, the king's living quarters, and a museum dedicated to regional history. Nepal Temple. It is a unique tourist place in Varanasi, built sometime in the 19th century. The temple is dedicated to Lord Shiva and looks very similar to the popular Pashupatinath Temple in Kathmandu. Varanasi's Nepali Mandir is located in Lalita Ghat. This Hindu temple is devoted to Lord Shiva and holds immense religious significance in Hinduism. The temple was built in the 19th century by the King of Nepal. It is made of terracotta, stone, and wood. Tibetan Temple, Varanasi, a shrine with stunning Tibetan architecture. Tibetan Temple was where Lord Buddha taught his disciples the four truths of life. The edifice was a beautiful statue of Shakyamuni, prayer wheels, and is decorated with traditional Buddhist paintings, also called tangska. The unique feature of the temple is the prayer wheels that release strips of paper with chants written on them when rotated clockwise. The next is Sarnath. It is a place located 10 kilometers northeast of Varanasi, near the confluence of the Ganges and the Varuna rivers in the Uttar Pradesh, India. According to Buddhist tradition, Sarnath is where circa 528 BCE, at 35 years of age, Gautama Buddha taught his first sermon after attaining enlightenment at Bodh Gaya.